All right, guys, I'm Smitty, and today I'm bringing you all an AAR on the Elite Force M4 Cqb. This is the gun that I used while I was playing in American Milsim Atlantic Front with Black Ops Airsoft and Paintball in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Today I want to talk to you about the pros and cons of this gun, as well as some of the accessories on the gun and lessons learned from that. So let's get into it. All right, guys, so let's start with this optic. This is a Chinese knockoff of the EOTech 551. You can see it doesn't even have replica EOTech markings on it like the Wadston versions do. I saw a lot of good reviews on this optic when I read it online. A lot of people had purchased it, put it on real steel ARs. One guy had even torture tested it, hit it with a hammer, dropped it. It still held zero according to him. It was supposed to be fog proof, and when I got to Atlantic Front, I found out very quickly it was anything but that. It was fine for use and training in the backyard, but once I started playing, I had a lot of condensation in here. It became completely unusable. I would have been better off using my backup iron sights. So what I've done with all the new guns that I've gotten, I've purchased Wadston sights for them, including a replica EOTech 551 on one of the guns. All the other Wadston sights I run are their UH1 replica of the Vortex. All right, let's talk about the sling. This is the CV Life 2-point sling, supposed to be quick adjust. It was anything but that. I guess CV stands for Chinese version Life. It was a piece of crap. I had a lot of problems trying to adjust the sling during gameplay. All the new guns, I've ended up purchasing Magpul MS1 and MS3 slings. Absolutely zero issues with those slings. They were phenomenal. All right, next, let's talk about the Magpul Mo vertical grip. Absolutely zero issues. I've used these on real steel and airsoft guns. I love this grip. It's phenomenal. Really good piece of kit. Next, let's talk about the weapon light. I'm running a JobSmart TAC 360 weapon light that I picked up at Tractor Supply for this weapon. Really solid light, waterproof. I did a really great review on this. If you hadn't seen it, go back on my channel and watch it. The only thing I didn't utilize was the remote pressure switch because the pull wire was so long. I just prefer to use the tail cap. That way I can prevent having an AD while I'm operating at night. All right, let's go over the two different types of magazines that I utilize during gameplay. First and foremost, PTS EPM1 magazine. This is a 250 round mid-cap magazine. If you haven't watched my review on it, go back and watch that video. Really solid piece of kit. I do like this magazine. Solid construction. You can see it's got a single monopod on the base plate. You've got a magazine follower window on both sides, and the follower is here with a high tension spring. And as you load rounds, the follower will actually go up instead of down, and as you expel rounds, it'll actually go down to the bottom. Second magazine I used as a backup were these Elite Force 140 round mid-cap magazines. Solid construction for what they are. They work really well with this gun. They don't work well with all M4 platforms. And last of all, let's talk about the battery that I used. I used a Tenergy 9.6 volt 1600 mAh butterfly battery. Really solid battery. During heavy gameplay, it lasted half of the day. During light gameplay, it'll last all day. Just depends on how much you're shooting with this gun. All right, so let's talk about the performance of the Elite Force M4 Cqb. Now, during Atlantic Front, this gun performed exactly like I wanted it to. I had used it for a month prior during training in my backyard. During gameplay, I had absolutely no issues with this gun. It was extremely accurate, out to around 120 feet. It will reach out to around 150, but you really have to play with the hop up to get it to do that. I had no issues with feeds or jams or malfunctions with the gun at all. It just run perfect. After Atlantic Front is when I began to experience issues. I took it down to Florence, South Carolina to Airsoft, South Carolina's indoor CQB facility. I played in a couple skirmish games before their grand opening. And during the second or third match, the gun just seized up. It stopped working. I didn't have an alternate primary, so I brought it home, ran a cleaning rod through it thinking it had a jam. There was no jam. Later that evening, the gun began to work again. After that, it would shoot 2 or 3 times and then seize up again. Now it won't even work at all. So it got me through Atlantic Front. And I'm a little disappointed because I really, really like this gun. I think it's a great gun. If you're going to buy this, you're definitely going to have to upgrade the motor and the gearbox so that you don't have the issues that I had. But as an entry-level M4 platform and a CQB, really good gun. And, it cost $149, $162 out the door with tax. And altogether, I think I've got maybe $300 in the total build of this gun. So if you're going to buy it, you're going to have to upgrade it just to ensure its reliability. But as an M4 CQB platform, I really like the gun. So that's my AAR on the Elite Force M4 CQB.